Please do the difference.
Also, Satyam Gandhi.
Yes.
Very unusual surname in Samastipur.
Sorry, sir.
Very unusual surname in Samastipur.
Yes, sir. It is an unusual surname. It is due to my childhood activities. So, in my childhood, I used to be very quiet and silent kind of kid. So, my relatives started to call me Gandhi Baba due to my non-violent attitude.
Oh,
And then my surname became.
that is why Satyam Gandhi.
Yes.
Your father doesn't write Gandhi then.
No, sir. My,
Okay, you are from Samastipur.
yes, sir.
There is a agriculture university there.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir.
What is the name?
So, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Central Agriculture University.
So let me understand what all you have been doing. You did the 12, okay. Then you started doing some jobs, temporary jobs.
Yes, sir. That was two internships that I did during my graduation days.
Graduation period.
Yes.
Okay. So you are doing BA honors in Dancing College, but doing your internship in Ranchi.
Sir, that internship was during my summer holidays. That is during June and July. So, at that point of time, college was closed, so I decided to do some internships.
Okay. And what happened to this NDA, National Defense Academy?
Sir, I secure all India rank 242 in NDA, but I am colorblind. That is why I was medically rejected to join the academy.
Medical rejected for all the services.
Yes, sir, because the level of
Only rejection is for Air Force.
yes, sir. Sir, the level of colorblindness in me was very high, so they said that you are not suitable for any of the services.
You are not aware of this. Earlier, you were not aware why you were attempting for NDA.
Sir, I had some idea that I have some problems in differentiating the color, but I did not know that it is actually color blindness.
You opted for IPS this time or not?
Yes,
Sir, I have opted for
You
IPS.
rejected again?
Yes, sir.
IPS will be rejected.
All technical services.
Yeah, IRTS.
Yes, no, everything.
Okay, all right. So, all right. So after doing BA honors in political science from there, what you have been doing?
Sir, I graduated last year in September, and after that, I have been preparing for civil services.
So this is your first attempt.
Yes, of course.
So your subject is political science.
Yes.
Did you BA honors also in political science? So the subject also is political science.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me about Indian federalism. What it is? Is it federal state or union?
So, Article 1 of our Constitution defines India as a union of the state and not as a federation of the state. The reason being are two. The first, that no state can demand secessionism from Indian Union. No state can be separated. And second, India, unlike the US state, is not a coming together model. It has been divided into several states to ensure that all the regions of India get adequate representation in the parliament and adequate representation in executive. Sir, Indian federalism is unique in a sense because it is called quasi-federalism because it is one of its own model in the world. So, and the subject areas have been divided between states and centers in the 7th schedule of Constitution, which has a state list, union list, and concurrent list to maintain a balance between both federal and union aspect of our country.
Okay. in case of conflict, which one will prevail?
So the union law will prevail if there is conflict in concurrent list.
Bihar is ravaged by flood
Yes.
every year after year. What is the reason?
So the prime reason is the silt load that rivers carry into Bihar from Nepal. Because almost all rivers flow into Bihar from Nepal only, and they carry huge silt load which they deposit in the alluvial fan of India, of Bihar. So this raises the river bed, and when the water level in the river rises, it often overflows the river bank. So it causes massive flood. Second reason is the deforestation activities that have been done in the catchment area of the river. It has increased the intensity of flood.
In Nepal.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So why don't we plan some hydropower projects or something like that in Nepal?
So,
Like we have done in Bhutan. Not because of flood, but there is a scope there. But we can plan some hydropower projects in Nepal.
So we do have several hydropower projects. For example, 𝐀𝐝𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 from Gandhar also in Nepal. But due to the intense rainfall in the Nepal and the catchment area, Nepal often releases huge amount of water, which causes flood in the Bihar.
Okay. What is this Madhesya problem going on? Who are they?
So Madhesis are those people who live on the boundary of India and Nepal, in the border region of Nepal. During 2015 constitution, when it was being made in Nepal, Madhesis people argued that they did not get their demands met by the original constitution makers. So they started protesting that this constitution will not be accepted for them. And they also carried out some economic blockade of Nepal, which had a huge economic impact on Nepal.
Your priority for Indian foreign service is at number 7. Why you detest foreign postings?
Sir, I think all services are equally important for me. But due to the fact that I did an rural development internship during my college days, in which I got familiarized with the administrative aspects of a district and block level, and I got a chance to see how rural development schemes gets implemented on the ground level. So that attracted me towards Indian administrative service. And the second reason is that I want to work in India at the grassroots level.
These district rural development agencies. If I remember during my time, I don't know now what is the practice. We used to get directly money from the center to the collector's office. And through checks, it used to go to the beneficiaries from DRDA. Is the same practice followed now? Or it is a state allocation to DRDA?
Sir, DRDA has been envisioned as a nodal agency in a district which will implement rural development schemes. In earlier times, it used to act as a single point organization which can cover all the schemes. But in today's time, the impact of DRDA has reduced due to the emergence of strong Panchayati Raj institutions, as well as the direct benefit transfer schemes which has digitized the whole process. So its role has transformed over the years.
So you also, the subject is that international relations.
Yes.
So how is the relationship with Bangladesh?
Sir, our relationship with Bangladesh is one of the strongest in whole South Asia. Because if we see the trade aspect, we are exporting Bangladesh a lot of material, and we are also importing from Bangladesh various textile material. Apart from this, Bangladesh has also a strategic location in the whole South Asia, due to which our strategic relation is very strong with Bangladesh. If we talk about the insurgency that used to happen in Northeast, Bangladesh helped us a lot to curb those insurgency and fight those militants. In the current times, there have been some problem with respect to the insurgents that enter from or the illegal residents that enter from the Bangladesh to India. But both the countries are continuing this dialogue at a political level.
Recently, a gang was detected and arrested in UP who are bringing in the Rohingyas from Bangladesh via Tripura to UP. So this human trafficking problem still exists between Bangladesh and us. And the river water sharing problem also exists.
Yes, the Teesta River.
Teesta River. Because government of West Bengal has a different view, center has a different view. So the irritants are there, but you say that the relationship is better.
Yes.
Okay. And have you heard of Quad?
Yes.
What is that?
So Quad is a strategic group of 4 nations, that is India, United States, Australia and Japan, which was formed during 2007, but after 2017 it has gained a new limelight. So Quad envisions to ensure free, open, inclusive Indo-Pacific as well as good cooperation between all democracies and ensuring a rule-based international order.
Nothing wrong in them,
Yes.
wrong in that. But China says that it is a NATO in the Indo-Pacific. Why?
Sir, China has termed Quad as an Asian NATO. The reason because China sees Quad a group which is made to contain China, not as to promote cooperation in the region. Because China has some disputes in South China Sea, and United States often carry out freedom of operation navigation in that area. So China is saying that this group has been made to economically and politically strategically contain the China's rise in the world. So this is why China has problem with Quad.
So it has to do something with South China Sea dominance of China? Or is there particular reason or just the global dominance of the China?
So I think it has both the aspects, both South China Sea aspect and global dominance, because all the 4 countries are cooperating together to ensure supply chain resilient initiative, which is being done to ensure that no country relies China for their critical imports. And if we see in South China Sea, all the nations are pressurizing upon free and open region.
Sir. Satyam, you mentioned that yourself, right? It is a genetic disease.
Yes.
Which chromosome, human chromosome, the disease, the gene for the tuberculosis is carried?
So it is X chromosome.
Yes.
Yes.
So how does it carry forward? In the progeny,
Sir, it is a genetic disease which is inherited by the parents. If the parents, any of father or mother is a carrier, then there is high probability that son or daughter will also be infected by club blindness. The reason because our genes are made of 2 chromosomes X and Y, and if any of them is infected with the color blindness, then it is high chance that he or she will be color blind.
are you aware of the term designer baby?
Yes.
Why what are the ethical and moral concerns about creating designer babies?
So main ethical and moral concerns of making designer babies are following. The first is that it may create a new divide in society. For example, one part of society which will have designer babies will have enhanced qualities, high intelligence, more height, more fair skin and all those things. And the other part of society would be less advanced as comparison to that part. So this is one ethical concern. The second ethical concern is that there is no end. If we allow designer babies to be made, there is no end how when humans should stop doing or making some changes in the gene, manipulating the gene. So it is also an ethical concern.
Okay. Satyam, you have been actively participating in filmmaking. You won award in 8th Delhi, second. You mentioned Gandhi got second. So, was it you did on your own, or somebody sponsored the filmmaking effort? On which camera did you shoot, or what did you do?
Sir, we had a society in my college that was Film and Photography Society, in which there were approx 25 to 30 members, all with their own personal cameras and equipments, with some support from the college. So we used to participate in all the competitions that different colleges and universities used to organize. So this is why I made several films during the college days.
Do you still follow your passion about filmmaking?
Sir, in the current times, due to the load of UPSC preparation, I have not been able to carry forward that.
And you love street photography also.
Yes.
Why street photography? What is something particular about the street photography?
So why I like street photography is that it depicts the social, cultural, and economical life of people that live in different countries. So it is due to the presence of human element that is why I like street photography.
Is it different from candid photography, or it is the same?
It is almost the same. When we
So
click
you
candid,
capture the subject without telling them or without showing.
yes.
Okay. You have interest in science fiction also. Which are your favorite authors, science fiction authors?
So science fiction filmmakers.
Filmmakers also.
So I have not read the science fiction books, but I watch science fiction films,
Okay.
in which my favorite director is Christopher Nolan.
Which film did you see?
Sir, I saw Interstellar, which he made, which I like a lot.
And have you heard about 2001 Space Odyssey?
Yes, sir, I have heard about that.
It was a beautiful science fiction
Yes,
film.
it is a good
Made in 1968.
1960s. Yes.
And Kubrick is the producer director of the film. For a science fiction person who likes and loves science fiction film, this is a movie that should not be missed.
Okay, sure, sir, I will watch.
Okay. Have you heard about famous laws of robotics? Have you heard?
No, sir, I will have to look into that.
Okay. Isaac Asimov, he gave 3 laws of robotics. How robots will in future behave with humans. That is.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. In India, it is seen that the dispensation of justice is very slow. Litigants wait for years together and they finally get the justice. What are the reasons and what are the remedies? Tell us in short.
Sir, it is true that people often wait decades to get their justice remedy. The reasons are multiple. Most of the cases are pending at the lower level of judiciary, particularly at the district courts, which lacks infrastructure, which lacks sufficient number of judges to hear that, and which often deals with the problem of frequent adjournment of cases. So this is one reason. Second is the lack of number of judges at all the level of judiciary, which also delays the justice part. And one more thing I believe, many a times people file fraudulent cases just to make sure that they get some benefit in the delivery process. That since the case is in court, so they might get some chance to do wrong things. So these are the major reasons why cases are pending. The remedy can be multiple. First of all, we need to strengthen the judiciary, the infrastructure of judiciary, particularly at the district level. We need to induct more judges at the lower level. And one more thing we can do is that we can establish different courts to hear special appeals that often lacks the Supreme Court and High Court in current times, so that the Supreme Court can get more time to decide on constitutional matter, not on the routine matters. And these can be the solutions.
And how do you see the role of NGOs and civil society in India? Are they doing their bit or they can do more?
So NGOs play a vital role in Indian society, particularly to supplement and complement the government's effort to implement the social sector schemes. Because if we see, there are various NGOs such as Parivartan the Change and other NGOs which are helping government to implement this scheme. Second factor is that they democratize the Indian polity. They raise the issues which affect people, and then government listen to them. So, but there is also some negative aspect because it has been said that NGOs indulge in money laundering and then they get funds from the foreign nation which are used illegally in India. So there are issues also.
My last question. Are you concerned about the privacy of an individual in the times of big data, 5G technology, lot of your personal data being placed in clouds and cloud and servers? So how do we deal with?
So, right to privacy is a fundamental right under Article 21 in the Puttaswamy judgment. So, it concerns me that how my personal data is being used by the big tech companies, particularly Google and Facebook. And that is why in the current times, government has formulated several legislations also like data localization norms, which companies need to store the data in India only. Second thing is the recent IT amendment rules, which requires IT companies to focus more on security of data. So these steps can be taken to ensure that our data privacy is met.
Thank you, Satyam. Volunteer.
Thank you, Satyam. Thank you very much.